You are watching Justice News Special Report. We now turn to a developing public concern involving the transparency of the prosecutorial decision, which has sparked debate and criticism among members of the public. There is growing concern that certain decisions appear insufficiently explained, raising questions about honesty and openness of the justice process. Many argue that when the reasons are not clearly communicated, especially in high-profile cases, it may affect the public confidence in the legal system. For further analysis, we now go to our host in the studio. So, the public prosecutor hold the most powerful legal roles in the country. Under Article 145, Clause 3 of the Federal Constitution, the Attorney General acts as the public prosecutor and has the power to institute, conduct, and to discontinue any criminal proceeding. But the rule is not about the conviction at all costs, it's about justice. So the impact is significant when the prosecution decisions are made fairly and transparently. People believe that everyone is equal before the law. A good example is in the case of SRC International case involved former Prime Minister Najib Razak. His conviction demonstrates that even high-ranking public officers could be held accountable under the law, strengthening a public confidence in the justice system. However, controversy may arise when prosecution decisions appear inconsistent or politically motivated. For example, the withdrawal of the appeal in the corruption case involving the former Federal Territories Minister Tengku Adnan Tengku Mansur led to a public criticism and raised concern about transparency and accountability. This situation shows that public confidence depends not only on the outcome of the cases but also on how prosecutorial decisions are made. The biggest challenge is pressure, public pressure, political pressure, and media pressure. So, like in high-profile cases, expectations are extremely high. However, prosecutors cannot rely on public opinion alone. They must make decisions based on credible evidence and legal principles. If prosecutions are influenced by political pressure or public emotion, the integrity of the criminal justice system could be compromised. Reform could be introduced. First, prosecutors should provide a clear explanation, especially when deciding not to prosecute high-profile cases. Like greater transparency help the public understand the legal reason behind such decision. Second, Malaysia could establish an independent review body to oversee significant prosecution decision and enhance accountability. Third, prosecution should adopt a structured prosecution policy similar to the full court case. Under this approach, prosecutors first determine whether there is sufficient evidence before considering whether prosecution is in the public interest. Finally, many legal experts have proposed separating the role of Attorney General and the public prosecutor. This would strengthen the prosecutorial independence, reduce potential conflict of interest, and increase public confidence in the justice system. This separation is important to protect the independence of the prosecution system. For example, in the UK, the AG only acts as the government's legal advisor while criminal prosecution are handled independently by the Director of Public Prosecution. And in Australia, the Commonwealth or Director of Public Prosecutor operate as a separate legal body with appointment made based on merit and not political influence. Similarly, in Canada, the Public Prosecution Service carries out prosecution independently under the DPP Act. Even if the Attorney General provides instruction, they must be made public to ensure transparency. So my final message, I would say the public prosecutor is not only responsible for enforcing the law, but also for maintaining public confidence in the justice system. Justice must not only be done, but must also be seen to be done. Every prosecution decision should be independent, transparent, evidence-based, and free from political influence. Only then we can ensure that both public interest and legal integrity are properly protected. Tonight's report revealed a powerful truth. The public prosecutor does not only determine prosecution but also shape how society sees justice itself. When decisions are transparent and fair, the rule of law is strengthened. But when uncertainty arises, public confidence is tested. As Malaysia continues to evolve, the demand remains the same: justice, independence, and accountability. This has been Justice News Special Report. Good night.